Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Psychology of Selling SaaS. And in this one, I'm going to cover how to create an irresistible SaaS offer without having to change your product. If your product is already, amazing and better than the competition. So basically, what you need to realize first is that your product is not your offer. So basically, your product is just the thing that you're selling. Is just like the thing that will use. Like they're using a dashboard, they're going to use a CRM, they're going to use whatever you're selling, and the offer is really is actually what sells. Is basically how valuable the product is, how valuable the problem that you're fixing is, and so on. And basically, the offer is way, way, way more powerful. And you basically up until now you're probably focused on selling your products. So imagine the power of, instead of focusing on selling products and selling the features and so on, focusing on selling the offer itself. So this is exactly the same thing that I help with my clients, and I'm going to have instructions near the end, because basically I help my clients create these irresistible offers by just explaining the product in a different way, because that's what we'll cover in this video. So here are the 4 pillars of irresistible offers. So these are not in a particular order because they're pillars and they're all important, right? So one is adding value. Is basically adding value to the package that you created, to the offer that you created, not just software. I'll show you that in a second. Applying risk reversal. And number 3 is positioning. And number 4 is messaging. I'll explain every single one in detail so you can understand. So basically, adding value is like, imagine two products are the same, but one is way more expensive just because it offers like a better support. It offers, I don't know, some training, stuff like that. Basically, the software could be the same, but because the other things that they offer are more valuable, the price increases exponentially, and people don't really mind that because they know how valuable it is. It's like, for example, you selling a course on how to create a business. And then like you can sell that course for $500, but then if you were a coach coaching people how to create a business over 12 months, you could charge $50K for the exact same information, but one is exponentially more valuable and has very little differences in the information and the program that it fixes. So that's the idea around it. So the way you add value, here are a few ways. So one, you can offer training and courses on how to use your product to get the best results possible. An example of that could be Market Hero, which is from this guy, I don't know his name. Yeah, Alex Baker says right here. Basically, he offers some sort of marketing automation tool or email marketing tool, and he has a course on how to create businesses on Shopify or something like that, and the course could be sold for a couple $1,000, and he is basically including it with the membership of paying for his email marketing tool. So what it does is, one, it makes the offer way more valuable, because the course itself could be worth more than what you're paying for in terms of the membership. So it's standing out completely from the crowd, and it's showing you how to use their product to get a better result, and the better results they get, the more likely are they to stay and not churn. And the other end of that example is Podia, which actually has a ton of content, because I'm basically a customer, and they actually have a ton of content, but they don't mention that they include this training on their homepage. It's basically hidden away after you become a customer for some stupid reason, and they're just missing on a ton of opportunity because of that. So the other scenario could be you have better support, maybe it replies faster, maybe it's more useful, maybe it's nicer, whatever it is. Then is customization. Enterprise companies love this as customization in terms of maybe how you can customize it to fit their brand, how you can customize it to fit their process, whatever it is. If it's somewhat customizable, it depends on how big of a high ticket sell you're doing. Then it's free setups or migrations. So your company would do a free setup in terms of migrating the data from their old tool to your product, stuff like that, because it's a huge pain in the ass. Since like one of the biggest objections people have is how long would it take to move from one tool to another. And the final one is you having integrations, like integrations with Zapier, integrations with MailChimp, whatever it is, or creating custom integrations, or at least they know that that option would be available. Especially for enterprise clients, they are always looking for that. Number 2 is applying risk reversal. So basically, you want to mention money back guarantees. You want to mention that is a free trial without any contracts, without any credit card. Even though it's kind of seems like common sense, people might forget that, especially once they get a little bit anxious or right before they're ready to convert. Those objections show up in their mind, and you need to remind them of how there's no risk, basically. And the final one is showing them how easy it is to get started. So, for example, you could show them that you will do the setup for them, so there's no cost, or that you can easily integrate with another tool and import all the data. Whatever it is, you just want to show these 3 pillars as much as possible. As you can see in the example here from a client. You can cancel at any time. The first 7 days are on us. You have amazing support. There are no contracts, no credit card, and so on. Then number 3 is positioning. Ignore this image because this is the wrong one, because there is supposed to be an image. Basically, the positioning is changing how your market perceives your product. Right, so it's how good you are at mentioning how good your unique selling points are, focusing on one niche. So, for example, a CRM for real estate instead of a normal CRM that works for everyone. People are willing to pay way more for that. Basically, how good you are at explaining how good your solution is versus other solutions on the market, and versus the current solution that they're using. Maybe they are using spreadsheets, maybe they're using a competitor. How well you compare to all of those scenarios. And then the final one is urgency, is how well you target your ideal customer, so you attract the type of customers who have the biggest pain and therefore are the most willing to pay for your product, and they are the ones that convert the fastest. And the most important pillar is one that is basically the messaging, right? So who cares if you created all of this amazing product, if you have all of the other points in the to create an ideal offer, if you have amazing support, if you have integrations, if you have training, if you add a lot of value, if your product is a lot better. It basically doesn't work if people don't understand that. If people go to your website and they don't see it, it's completely useless. Because they'll have all of these questions, they're not going to see all of the unique selling points that you created, and then it's kind of useless. It's not going to make any difference in your conversions. So basically, messaging is is basically just explaining all of the work we did in the last 4 pillars in the best way possible, so your visitors see the full value of your product, and they say, okay, this is the perfect solution for me, and I'll be making a huge ROI out of this product. So there's the decision to convert is a no-brainer. And doing all of this without overwhelming or confusing your visitors. So here's an example from Barometrics Recover, which is a page that I wrote with the head of growth. We wrote it live, and it has all of these points to create the perfect offer. So basically what it does is it fixes failed payments for SaaS companies, and that's responsible for a good percentage of the money they are losing from churn. And basically it's around 9% of your MRR is losing money to this. So we focused on losing. We focus on showing that is basically free money, because they get like a huge ROI, and that they are, if we basically quantify it as much as possible, because if people say, if I'm losing 9% of my MRR every month, it means I'm losing 10 grand a month. And they immediately quantify how much it's worth. We show them how easily it is to get started, because we show them that they can just enable it from their barometrics dashboard, and it's like a one-click kind of solution. Takes 5 minutes to set up. And you also show them the risk reversal. So one, if you don't make any money from barometrics recover, you're not going to pay for that month because you didn't make any money from it. So there's zero risk. And to give you an extra incentive and urgency to get started is the first $1,000 that you recover from barometrics recover, you don't have to pay for any fees or any monthly subscriptions that they ask. So it's a perfect offer. And that's basically exactly what I help my clients with, is they already have a superior product, they already have a superior solution, they just need help explaining it better. And that's basically what I do, is help them explain their USPs, explain them the full value of their product, explain whatever features that they have and whatever stuff they have that is superior, so they can go from having their visitors say, from being confused to saying, okay, oh my God, this is exactly what I need. And that's the exact type of reaction that is going to convert them. And that's how I can give you a good ROI, pretty fast. So if you're interested in seeing how I can help you, you can go ahead and go to cortez.design/apply. And all this is a call where you can book a link where you can book a free call with me after you answer a couple of qualifying questions. And what we'll do on that call is basically just see if we might be a good fit. If you are a good fit, I'll go ahead and explain how I can help you, basically convert more visitors by explaining how good your product really is and creating this irresistible offer. And if you're not a good fit, that's basically no problem. You didn't lose anything in chatting, and I only work with good fits, so I won't have anything to sell to you. And if you have any questions about this, just DM me or email me at pedro@cortez.design, or leave a comment, something like that, and I'll get back to you if you have any questions about this. And that's the link to book the call if you're interested. And if you know anyone that could benefit from watching this, from improving their offer, from improving their messaging, please share with them this video, because I'm sure it will help. I'm sure it will help knowing all of these pillars and knowing how easy it is to fix it just by explaining it better. So yeah, that's about it for this video. Looking forward to sharing more like this, and maybe see you on the call. Cheers.